Are you not entertained? My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we love the sport of boxing. Fights like this are fights that are able to grab the attention of little kids that have never watched a sport of boxing before. They watch this fight and they think to themselves, my goodness, that's who I want to be like when I grow up. Daniel Dubois, the new WBO heavyweight champion of the world. Champion once again in an all-out barn burner street fight, ridiculous clash between two goddamn warriors filled with heart. Dubois went down in round one. What was it, the second right hand that Fabio Wardley threw in the first 10 seconds? Oh, my goodness. And then went down again in round three. This time took a knee, was rocked, but was bouncing back after every single round that he got knocked down in. Round two, he came back, outboxed, used the jab, smothering the work of Fabio Wardley, kind of smothering his own work, but the clinch game that he was utilizing against Fabio Wardley, and was just more technically sound, a fighter who's been doing this for a decade longer than Fabio Wardley. Daniel Dubois came back in round four, round five, and in round six, dude, Howard Foster could have possibly stopped the fight. Fabio Wardley was getting clipped ridiculously. If there was 30 seconds left in round six, possibly Daniel Dubois could have had him out of there. But he doesn't. Round seven goes. Daniel Dubois is having a successful round. And then at the end of round seven, Fabio Wardley lands a beautiful right hand. Yo, the right hand and the jab was all he had going for him today against Daniel Dubois. The left hook is non-existent. This dude really needs to develop a left hook. I think it'll help his game out a lot and his defense. A fighter who's known for taking so much goddamn damage. Didn't get technically knocked out. Like actually knocked out or quit, foul to a knee. In this fight against Daniel Dubois, the ref, Howard Foster, had to step in and stop it in round 11. But my goodness, in the end of round 7, that was the last chance that Fabio Wardley had. Round 8, round 9, round 10 is when it started to get ugly, ladies and gentlemen. I texted my cousin, we were texting during the fight, and I said, bro, at the end of round 10, I said, dude, I think they should stop this fight. No matter what, we've seen the comebacks that Fabio Wardley was able to do against Joseph Parker and Justice Honey. But the tiredness, the face, the nose, the eyes of Fabio Wardley was starting to get so bad that I was like, bro, I really don't want to see this guy die. I don't want to see Fabio Wardley pushed to the brinks of exhaustion, slips in some type of coma, and dies. I was getting fearful. Round 11 starts. Mr. Howard Foster, who has been controversial in the career of Fabio Wardley, has stopped a lot of fights early on in his career and was the ref for the fight against Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley. Jumped in a little too early. That's what some people say. It is what it is. The heat of the moment. It's history. But this time, he does the opposite. And he takes too long to stop the fight with Fabio Wardley. I understand Fabio always has a chance in the fight. But the dude was taking so much goddamn damage. And at the end of round 10, when round 11 started, the dude, his legs were like spaghetti noodles. He was so goddamn tired. Thank God they stopped that fight. But dude, the heart, the warrior in Fabio Wardley, in my opinion, the stock didn't drop. The stock didn't drop. I think that was a real great display of heart and courage from him. He still needs to work on his game, obviously. Frank Warren says that there's a rematch clause in the contract, ladies and gentlemen. So we might be seeing this for the second time. Frank Warren announced that during the post-fight interview inside the ring, and the fans sounded like they didn't like it. But what's there not to like? Fraser Clark outboxed Fabio Wardley and beat him. And what did Fabio Wardley do his next fight? He knocked out Fraser Clark in 1 round. I would love to see the rematch with Daniel Dubois. I would. I don't want to see Alexander Usyk fight against Daniel Dubois for the 3rd time. Let Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley give us one more goddamn barn burner while Usyk, who's going to be going up against Rico Verhoeven, gets mandated to fight against a G. Cabial by the WBC. Let's head that route. Let's do it. Or Daniel Dubois, give us the Moses Atama fight, ladies and gentlemen. What is next for Daniel Dubois, the new WBO heavyweight champion of the world? Ladies and gentlemen, his heart has been tested in the past. A lot of people have criticized him and called him a quitter. But this is a fight where he got dropped 2 times and decided to keep rocking and keep going with one of the hardest punchers that we've seen in this heavyweight division in the last decade. That right hand of Fabio, my goodness. But when he can't land it, it goes away. And we've seen that with Daniel Dubois, who in the second half of the fight, the skills, the technicality proved to be too much, as it was for a lot of Fabio Wardley's fights. Justice Honey, Joseph Parker outboxing him until that right hand landed. This time, it wasn't enough. All respect to both of these men. I can't wait to see what's going to happen later on in the future, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. Absolutely breaking news. Moses Atama, he is the mandatory. Let's see if this rematch clause gets put into fruition and they run it back, man. But for now, I think Fabio is going to take a long time to recover, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everything's fine. He walked out of the ring. They didn't need to carry him out. My goodness, one of the best heavyweight fights that we've seen in a while. My goodness. I'm out.